What's up, everybody? Belligerent here with another Bloodline video, and the subscriptions just dropped. And just to make it clear, this is not, I told you in a couple videos ago, this is not a beat up on GOAT Games video. We're just simply going to look at the subscription. We're going to kind of go through it. We're going to talk about what it means and find out whether it has value, or at least help you decide whether it has value for you or not. I know a lot of people are already kind of, I don't even want to say outraged, because I think we expected it, but kind of mocking this already. So let's look at it from a few different perspectives. I had some extra play credits, so I did pick up the monthly one just so we can look at it in its entirety. Okay. So first, let's jump in to the subscriptions and see what they give. So there's two different ones. You can do a 1 month or a 6 month. The 6 month is a better monetary value. You only have to pay, you essentially pay for 5 months. You get the 6 month for free. So you're looking at, if you're going to do this yearly, you're looking at $120 a year or $100 a year. The problem here is that they give you different things in one very distinct feature, which makes it worse for you to do the cheaper option, to do the 6 month option. Okay, but let's look at this. So it unlocks quick interrogate, quick carouse, and quick marriage. We're going to go look at those here in just a second. Okay, it gives you 3 additional interrogations. So right now we currently cap at 17. This is going to let us have 20. Okay, gives us 2 more free collections. I'm assuming that's the quick collection. So we'll go take a look at that and see what we get out of there. I don't personally feel like collections are of a whole lot of value. I don't feel like you can get much from the collections. You get an additional free arena challenge. We don't, in my opinion, get much from arena challenges. It's good for events like this where you can pull the additional flowers from your arena challenges. It will slightly, not much, help you during the arena challenge, the server challenge. I mean, but if you think about it, that's only, you figure you get the arena challenge, let's see, the cycle is 2 weeks, so you're going to get the arena challenge twice a month, and that totals, I forget how many days it goes. It goes for 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days. So you're talking an additional 6 challenges per month that are actually beneficial. The rest are just, I mean, you're gonna end up with 30 additional arena challenges, which can help you climb the leaderboard more. But until they increase, now if they're, I will say this, although I wouldn't get my hopes up for it if I were you, but if they were smart at this point, they would make the collections better, because frankly what they are right now is just a joke. It was kind of okay in the beginning when everybody, when all the accounts were new and every little bit meant something. Now collections for most players are kind of a joke. So if they were smart, they would increase what you got from collection. If they were smart, they would increase the arena monthly rewards, because then those additional arena challenges would be that much more valuable. And max Senate issues gives you an additional 3. We're going to go take a look at that, because I don't remember exactly what I get from Senate issues. I just smash the button most of the time now. And I've been gear chasing for a long time, so I forget what the numbers are from like bread and gold. And then the big one, and then this is the one that differs between the two. District taxes plus 30%, or if you go for the 6 month, the royal decree as they're calling it, it's a collection yield plus 30%. So in my opinion, the district taxes is the better one to get, because right now, again, collections are garbage. So not a whole lot comes from collections in my opinion. So from what you get, I think the district tax is far more valuable than the collection yield. However, it is going to cost you an additional $20 per year if you decide to go that way. Okay, so let's go take a look at a couple of things. First, we're going to jump over here in the Senate. And I do have some Senate issues here. However, did they go up? I thought 17 was already the cap. Why did my issues not go up? That's interesting. I'll have to check on another account. No, it does say 17 plus. Oh, so maybe it was 14 was max. All right. So let's see. Bread, I'm going to do 5 of each. We'll kind of try to see an average. And then we'll do 5 of the gold and try to see an average. So let's see. That's 700,000. I'm just going to round broadly. We'll call that about 450. 550. So 700 plus 450, that's 1150 plus the 550 would be 17. So we're at 1.7 mil right now. That's another 7. So we're at 2.4, 2.5, somewhere around there. And then another 7. So it's about 3 million bread. 3 million extra bread essentially every time this issue fills up. Okay. From those additional 3. Does this tell us? Let's see. No. All right. Well, so we'll try and figure out how much exactly that's going to be. I got to see what the cooldown is. So then the gold, and I don't know that this is going to equal into extra for you, other than maybe less. Well, maybe it will equal into extra because it'll keep you from topping up, because you never want your Senate issues to be maxed out. You never want to see that little green or little red dot, because then you're losing opportunities at the Senate. But so +3 will give you kind of that additional. But let's see here. So we're talking, was that? I didn't even see what that was. Here, we're going to do another one. That was 1.4. The last one was like 5, wasn't it? All right, that was 4 million plus 1.4. So we're looking at 6. That was 2.3. So we're about 8.3. 4.6. It's going to be like 13 mil right there. And then one more. Another 3. So what, that puts us at about 16 million gold right there. So you're looking, about 3 million bread, 16 million gold, at least at the rates I'm getting now. Obviously, this varies greatly, but that's how you kind of have to look at it. So now if we smash this, let's see, the cooldown is 20 minutes. So if indeed it is 17, that the cap is, that would take, that's 3 per hour, 4 hours, 5. Gives you about 5 hours and 20 minutes, 5 hours and 40 minutes. Every 5 hours and 40 minutes they'll max out. So that gives you a little bit more time to make sure that they don't max out. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna beat any of this up really. I did say a couple negative things about collection and stuff, but that's about just the collection aspect of the game in general, not the subscription. I just kind of want to present this for you guys so you can make your own decisions. Okay. Now, when it comes to your district taxes, okay, understand how the district bonuses work. And I'm fairly certain I explained this in my district videos. If you want to go back and watch those, I think I broke all of this down. So these bonuses, where it says other bonuses, you have the privilege level multiplier, which is from the monthly privilege card. You have the guild level multiplier, which is your guild buff. You have the decoration bonus, which comes from the masks. And then you have the subscription bonus, which is what we're talking about here in this video. These bonuses do not apply to clan bonus. They do not apply to champion bonus. They do not apply to companion bonus. They only apply to your district taxes. All the rest are bonuses. Okay, so if we take my base tax of 4,500 and add it to my labor tax of 30,370, I get roughly 10,500. Okay, that is, I'm sorry. So we add that up, we get roughly 35,000, slightly under 35,000. When I do 30% of that, that gives me about 10,500, somewhere in that area, a little bit less than that. But if you see here, I'm at 518,000 per minute. And then when I close it out, I jump up to 5,028 per minute. Okay, adding that additional 10,000 to it from that 30%. So no surprise there, because they've done this to us before. It looks like they did eventually correct it to where all of the bonuses, or to the bonuses, were showing in here, but they forgot to do it on this newest one. So you can see my 10,000 increase there on my tax collection speed. So that is how the 30% applies. Now for me, you can do the math for yours. So if you want to do the math for yours, here's how you do it. Add your base tax plus your labor tax, multiply it by 0.3, and then take that amount and multiply it by 43,200. Well, belligerent, what's 43,200? Why am I multiplying it by that? 43,200 is how many minutes are in a month. Okay, so you're going to multiply it by that. Okay, it's 1,440 minutes per day times 30, 43,200. So multiply your 30% of your base tax plus labor tax. So let me start over. Base tax plus labor tax equals, and then take that number, multiply it by 0.3 to get your 30%. Then take that and multiply that number, which for me is 10,461, multiply it by 43,200. And that's going to give you a total. For me, it's 451, basically 452 million. That is equivalent to roughly 14 and a half, 15 boxes there. Okay, jumping right there in between. So this pass is essentially giving me 15 of these blue chests per month. Not necessarily the greatest, but it's free. Also remember, the key thing here is that bonus is also going to apply to all of these chests that you open, because remember, this is based on your district efficiency, right? So 1 hour at, if I was opening chests at this 518,000 per minute versus the 528,000 per minute. Okay, so let's see, for me, we're talking, well, if you take that number, for me it was roughly 10,500, but you take your district times the 0.3, so the base tax plus the labor tax times 0.3, whatever that number is, and then you multiply that by 60. So for me, that's about 630,000. Every single chest I open during the month that I have this subscription for is going to give me an extra 630,000 gold over what I was getting without the subscription. So again, just by collecting gold, I am getting about 15 additional, or 15 free blue gold chests. And then every gold chest that I open during the month is giving me an additional 630,000 gold. So you can do the math for your own to figure out if it makes it worth it for you. But that's how the math is done. Just be aware of that, because I have already seen some people confused about how the math here works. So again, something you can decide if that adds value to you for that price. Okay. All right. So One last thing that I want to kind of do is kind of compare and think about, like, if you are going to spend $10 a month on the game, what else could you get for $10 a month? So you could get roughly 1,000 diamonds. Okay, it's like 1,020 diamonds, I think, is what that comes to. Okay, you could do the monthly privilege card that also increased district tax by 20%. It gives you 300 diamonds immediately, and then daily you get 120 diamonds, summoning stone, and 20 district, whatever the construction plans, that's what they're called, for $5 a month. So little value there. Okay, so it comes out to 3,900 diamonds in total. It would be 30 summoning stones and 20 construction, or 600 construction plans. Okay? So that's cheaper. We'll have to see how these quick things work and if it's worth it. But just off the top of my head, I would say that's probably a better value for you. Okay. Challenge fund is too expensive. The value pack is more than $10. The purchase packs, so let's see here. I mean, the special offers is hard to know what they're going to offer, so I'm not going to go through that. So with your daily offers, you could get a bunch of books. I don't even know if that's a bunch. That's like maybe one skill level worth of books. You could get, there's some more books. Why do they have double books in this thing? It's so weird. You could get a bunch of gold. Okay, but that's just a one-time thing. I'm going to say right there, I'm going to guess over the course of a month, the 30% gold buff you get from your districts. And remember, that extra 30% you get from your districts is not just affecting the district collection. And what I mean by that is when you open your gold boxes, these gold boxes, right, it's based on your whatever your collection rate is. So the 30% buff that you get from the subscription is in turn buffing the gold boxes there for you as well. So I'm going to guess this gold pack is worth less value than the subscription there. Okay, weekly. Let's see, you could get a bunch of bread and resources for your district. You could get 100 of the energy potions, 5 bouquets, and then some intimacy. Probably not the best value there. And then you could get 30 summoning stones here once a month. Or you could get this horrible 30 coins, and some gold art. Like this, that might be the worst pack ever in the history of this game, is 30 silver coins, 30 gold coins, and 2 gold pieces of armor. Like, gold pieces of armor are irrelevant after, essentially after you start playing Valley of Conquerors. So whenever that unlocks for new accounts is kind of when that gold armor becomes irrelevant. You could get a bunch of intimacy there. Okay, so that's kind of what you're comparing to as far as like if you were going to only spend $10 a month. All right. Okay, so last thing we're going to do is we're going to go see how these work. So hopefully I have some people here in the dungeon. You know what? Did I have somebody waiting? No. Okay. So hopefully I have somebody fresh in the dungeon. I know I was kind of slamming these before. All right, so here's a fresh one. We're just going to hit quick and see what happens. Okay, so you see, and this is probably, now that I see it, this is probably how it's going to work for the Senate as well. So we saw my Senate was at 14 out of 17. That probably means with the +3, it would go up to 20 out of 17. So mine wasn't full. So kind of like these interrogations here, 20 out of 17. So let's hit quick and just see what it does. I get my 40. I thought it was 50 diamonds. Why is it 40 diamonds? And 40,000 gold. Oh, and then we can recruit, and then we'll get the other one. So let's hit skip there. There's my other 10 diamonds. Okay. That makes sense now. You know, the best thing about this, and I know a lot of you are probably going to say, you have too many of them anyway, is that I don't have to use the potions to regenerate them. Yes, I don't think I've run out of those yet, but I'm down to 66, and honestly, I've been ignoring my dungeon for probably the past, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months. So because of this reason, oh wait, what the? Oh, it just, okay, so it doesn't stop you. All right, well, I'm glad I figured this out. It doesn't stop you from, so now I wonder, okay, so I wonder if it's giving you the 20 or if it's giving you all the value of all the right answers. Let's see here. All right, so when we push this, we'll know. So it should take us to 910 if we're getting all correct answers. That actually maxed it out, so I'm a little confused there how that worked. No, it must have done that because I was already part of the way through. Because the first one I did, I don't know, so anyways, I'm not quite sure because I didn't have the best examples there. I'm trying to think. 30 times, yeah, so it's 500. Real quick here, let's see, 30, oops, my calculator's broken. 30 times 17, 510, okay. So it looks like it gives the right answer. No, yeah, it would have to give the right answers. Because the very first one we did, sorry if I'm kind of stumbling because I'm trying to figure this out as we go, kind of with you as you're seeing it. The first one we did was the female card who takes 500 points to recruit. We had 20 recruits available. If that had only given us 20s, that would have put us at only 400. So it must be giving us 30s, which would have maxed her out. Okay, so you're getting all the right answers instantly. It looks like you'll still have to use some of those potions, however, but that's way better because what I've been doing for so long is just mashing buttons because the I don't even know what they're called, these things. The interrogation scrolls that doesn't look like a scroll, it looks like a syringe. I don't even know. But the interrogation scrolls, I just mash those because I've had so many of them, but this will drastically reduce your interrogation scroll usage, but more importantly, it just makes it faster and way less tapping. Okay, let's take a look. I think the Corrals is going to be pretty self-explanatory here. All right, we just hit 10 Corrals. We hit Corrals, and I'm assuming it uses 10 here. Hang on, I'm going to do 1, and then I didn't look at what my number was. So we have 100 and, well, it's going to be 180 after this one. So we should be around 171, 170 after this is done. So we hit Corrals. Okay, gives us 10 times the amount there. And yeah, we're at 171. Okay. So that will, just earlier today, I was up at like 250, so I was smashing through these. But being able to do 10 at a time is super useful. Although it's going to lose its use over time because once I mash through all of my stuff, like it takes a minute for this to fill itself back up. Okay. But definitely better. Now, again, you'll have to decide whether it's worth the $10 a month for you. But just like that, in a matter of a few seconds, instead of about a half an hour, I got through 100 Corrals there. Okay, and then the last one, and I think probably the biggest one. Let's find out how this marriage thing is going to work. Oh, maybe I should just hit quick marriage here. Choose a hero. Oh. So it's going to use up 6 rings. I don't even know if I have 6 rings. It shows us. So this is might be the best interface I've seen. I wish to on everything that this is how we could do ascensions as well. But their ascension thing is still a little sketch. But so this gives us 6 marriages right away. We're going to come out with 8 vigor if we do this. So let's hit the marry here. You haven't, well, obviously I haven't. Why do I even get this notification? Doesn't give me the option to trade traits. So this is strictly a vigor thing, clearly. Hopefully nobody was expecting the, being able to trade traits on all of this too. So we're going to confirm. And there we go. Oh, she hit 10, not 8. Well, that was weird. So the vigor was off. But yeah, there we go. Quick marriage. You can do 10 at a time. That, I can say this, and I'm fairly certain I speak on behalf of everybody who has ever hit 100 vigor. That right there might be worth the price of admission. That, again, I'm not saying that we should be getting charged for this stuff. So I don't want to hear it in the comments. I'm not supporting this subscription thing, but if I'm paying $10, this specific feature right here makes the rest of it irrelevant. The rest is just bonus. If I have to pay for a subscription, this is worth it. This saves me so much time. Now, I guess the question that would take some experimenting is, can you get more vigor if you don't do it this way? I don't know. So that might take some experimenting, but very quick way to do vigor. So that's pretty good there. So that is the subscription. I'm sorry this took a little bit longer than I was intending, but I wanted to go through and I wanted to be detailed about everything and make sure that if you were thinking about this, or maybe you're one of the people that's already calling it a big joke, maybe it's not a joke, maybe it is a joke. I don't know. So my thoughts, like, again, I don't think we should be getting charged for quality of life stuff. However, we are. So let's take it for what it is. Is it worth $10 with the additional max interrogations, the free... You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. And I hesitate to say it like this, but I'm going to say it probably is worth the $10. Because, let me tell you why. Now, this again is not... hear me very clearly. I am not saying that we should be getting charged for this. Okay? We should not be getting charged because they made a horrible interface for their game. That should not be a charge. However, it is, and I don't think it's going to change. The only way I could fathom it changing is if absolutely nobody buys any of these. It would take the entire community shutting down the purchasing in this game. And I just don't think that if what they've already done in the game has not been enough, I don't think this is going to be enough for people to kind of boycott spending in the game. Okay, so we shouldn't be getting charged for this, but we are. So since this option is here, is it worth it? I'm going to say, for me, I see value in this. Now, this is the last time I'm going to clarify this. We should not have to be paying for this. But since we do, I see value in this. Because these are all of the things I hate doing in the game. I hate interrogations. I lose out on so many diamonds because I don't want to go in and clear out my dungeon. And the sad thing is, when I clear out my dungeon, I just mash the same option I don't even put in the effort to try to figure out the right answers. Now I can just go through and correct, quick. The Corrals. That's another one to go. You saw how fast I did 100 of those things. It took me probably a good solid 20 minutes to get through. I forget how many. What did I do earlier? Like 50 of them? Okay, it probably wasn't 30 minutes. I'm probably exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying. Corrals is horrible because there's so many button presses. Refresh, Corrals, accept, tap the screen again when it shows you the results. It's like 4 taps per cycle. Okay, so the 100 that I just did, which took me, I don't know, what did that take at that point? If I did it 10 times, that would have taken me 40 taps as opposed to 400 taps. You know, my finger thanks you. And then the quick marriage. And as you saw, here's one of the greatest things about it. And I even have Android, so I can bypass the animations with the back button. There was no animations for that either. Like, we just got the vigor. So as far as marrying vigor go, that quick marriage is phenomenal. So these quick options are stuff we should be getting for free, but we're not. Those give me and my time value. Okay. I spend, like, in my state, minimum wage is more than $10, okay, an hour. So I spend far more. If I were to do all of this stuff every day, I would spend far more time than an hour doing this. So I only have to spend $10 a month to save myself several hours of tapping needlessly. Again, shouldn't be having to spend for it, but we are. And in that case, it's worth it. Okay. All of the additional stuff, the way I see it, is just bonuses. This is really about the quick. So again, you're going to have to figure it out yourself whether there's value in it. I see value in it. Again, I'm not saying we should, and I've said this 80,000 times, but I know there's going to be people ranting and raving in my comments because I am actually kind of justifying the purchase here. I think the gold bonus, as far as like tangible, the gold bonus is worth the value. I don't think you can get that much additional gold per month out of just $10. Okay. The Senate issues, you're not really getting extra per se. That's one thing we didn't do is the quick collections. And I know we're already long, and if you're with me, you are a trooper. So let's go in here. Quick collect. You see 7 plus 2. I have 2 free ones. So let's see what I get out of free collection. So like I said, this is garbage. Greens and blues. 1 construction thing. 700,000 bread. And, you know, if there's an event going on, it gives you a way to get extra event stuff. So that's why I think the $10 one is better value than the 6-month one. The 1-month one is better than the 6-month one because collection bonus is not that great. Oops, I don't want to go into guild. Since I just got him, let's hit him up real quick, see what happens, see if it still makes me use my potion quick. Yes, it does. It'll make me use my potion, but it gives me, so it is giving you all right answers. We had 20 interrogations. It gave us 30 per interrogation, and now I only have to use 1 potion on these, is where before I used to have to use 2. Okay, and just like that, that is so much better. I'm sorry, it is. It's how the game should be in the first place, but so the option's still there. All right, well, I'm already over 30 minutes here on something I only really thought was going to take 10, but this turned into one of my kind of thought, kind of the almost podcasty thought type videos as well. So I hope you enjoyed. If you're still with me, again, as I said, at this point, you're the real ones. You're the troopers. I appreciate everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Peace.